Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Stephen Nguyen versus Jarno Errens. My pick for this fight is Stephen Nguyen wins a decision. I think Jarno is going to be pretty tough to get out of there. And even though Stephen Nguyen's pretty damn dangerous, I think this one goes the full distance. But I'll bet on that if the props open up and it's appealing. But as of now, I haven't bet on Stephen Nguyen, and I threw one small bet on the money line of Jarno Errens at plus 160. I think this isn't a favorable matchup for Jarno Errens, but it's more favorable than his losses, certainly. I think his primary weakness is the fact that he can be controlled. It's the wrestling, plain and simple. But even though Stephen Nguyen was a wrestler, I believe, first and foremost, going back to his high school days, he is much more inclined as an MMA fighter to throw down because he's got some good striking and serious power. And in this matchup as well, I'd say he's definitely the more dangerous guy. But on the flip side, he's also more the less healthy guy potentially. He's the one guy that's been knocked out. They've both been hurt. We've seen Jarno Errens hurt in the UFC, but Stephen Nguyen's the one guy who's been knocked out. That's his one loss. It's a flying knee, which is forgivable, and in round three, but it still happened. And I'd say it's not like he's got bad health, but I'm just making note of the fact that Jarno Errens I consider pretty damn healthy, as do I with Stephen Nguyen. But Stephen Nguyen is the guy who's been knocked out. But Stephen Nguyen is definitely the harder striker. I think in a kickboxing bout without a lot of big moments, he wins on power anyway, even if he's behind on volume, because he should have the harder striking. But Jarno Errens is not a bad striker at all. He's a judoka first and foremost, but may not be able to impose himself on UFC level athletes. So he's comfortable on the feet as well. If that's where this one is taking place, he's very comfortable. Still, he's not the most imposing fighter. And by the way, let me say, I'm pretty sure right now I'm going to look. It's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I'll put the picture up. The Sherdog picture of Jarno Errens there, that profile picture, that's not him. I don't think it is anyway. I think they got that picture completely fucking wrong. That looks like the fucking Night Fox from Ocean's 12. I don't think that's Jarno Errens. But could be some shitty picture from back then and whatever. And maybe it's him. But Jarno Errens, he's not the most imposing fighter. He's not the biggest. These guys are both, I think, have the same height and reach, so size shouldn't be an issue. But I think power will be the issue. It's the deciding factor in my pick is Stephen Nguyen being the more dangerous guy, the more powerful guy. And even if nobody has big moments, I think that'll show itself in a decision. So Stephen Nguyen is the pick, but Jarno Errens, he's a craftier veteran. He's got more experience. He's a judoka too. I think I already mentioned that or whatever. But he's very comfortable on the ground. We'll be looking to take it there if he can. But even if he can't, he's the healthier guy and he can throw down. So smallest little bet on Jarno Errens. But the pick is Stephen Nguyen, makes his UFC debut in successful fashion and wins a decision. I think Jarno Errens has only been finished once, and it was a submission, a guillotine to this good grappler. I don't expect that from Stephen Nguyen, even though he's got a couple of subs, a few guillotines, I believe, as well. But decision would be the pick. That's his primary path to victory, in my opinion. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.